I remember sitting there one day just thinking, who are all the businesses or brands that I would love to work for who are local to where I am, that could have a reputation for being flexible? And I probably had 4 or 5. And I just found the relevant kind of HR director on LinkedIn, and the HR director for Twinings in the UK came back to me and said, well, I've got an HR manager role on a maternity leave coming up in about 6 months' time. Is that any good? And I was like, yes, that sounds great. So we ended up having a conversation. I met my manager, who was Bridget, who became my manager. I met Claire, who became my MD. And it really went from there. I remember the feeling really daunted at interview because I didn't have recent experience. I had some great experience from, my previous corporate career, but there was a 4.5 year gap. So I was trying to dial up what I'd learned. But it felt a really good conversation. I remember, when I had my interviews here, that it suddenly became clear that Twinings were at this place of starting an organisational culture change and a transformation to move from being a black tea brand to being a well-being drinks brand. And suddenly it was just like the stars had aligned, because all of my previous career was around organisational development and change. And without knowing anything, I'd stepped into an environment that was absolutely just at the start of that journey.